Thank you. Sorry for previous meeting cannot host.
Oh,
I'm
that's
sorry.
okay. That's okay.
Okay.
That's
Yep.
always time.
You can share your share screen now.
Yeah, you want me to tell a bit about what
Your
my
project
project
is.
is about? All right. So, uh, thing is, I got the idea for the game, the Finnish War,
Yes.
back about 4 years ago. I went to see a movie in Finland. We have this old book about the Finnish wars with Russia called The Unknown
Oh, yeah.
Soldier, and they
Mm.
made I think it's the third movie adaptation of that book. It's really popular in Finland. We read it in schools, and
Oh,
yeah, and it's a really long movie. It's a really long book and a really long movie, and we went to see it with a couple of my pals. And from that movie, I got that inspiration because it depicted like this sort of losing battle, and you need to fight in the winter. You know, the small armies of Finland are starving and looking for shelter, trying to fight this big unpouring enemy. And
mm.
it seemed like a really cool premise. That's where I got the idea for the Finnish War. But
Mm.
since I feel World War II games are like being done to death, I thought I'd throw the setting back, say 100 years. And there was this little war called the Finnish War in the early 19th century when Finland was still part of Sweden. And so
Oh,
I thought I'll pick that as the setting because also technology wasn't so advanced back then. So it would make for more like this survival element would be more prevalent. So
I see. I see.
that's it. I've been making it kind of on-off seasons for the past 4 years. Now for the past, since COVID came, I've been
Mm.
making it more seriously. I had some time off when I was laid off work, and I thought now it's about time to finish this game. And here I am.
I see. I see. I see your game in your Twitter. From that, I
Yeah,
download your game. Check, check,
yeah,
check.
yeah. The game will. I'm still thinking. I think I'll put it in. It'll release in Steam and itch.io at least. Since I'm a EU citizen, there's still some tax clarifications to do with Steam, so it's not in Steam yet, but very soon it will be.
I see. I see. I know. First game in Steam. I know how hard it's.
Yeah, yeah, it has its own complications
Yes. Yes. It's
and work.
complication. So you're working this game alone?
Yeah, I'm working on it alone. I have a few of my pals here who have been helping me with playtesting, voice acting. It's voice acting is another new endeavor I've never done for my games before. Like just to tell shortly, I've been developing games for so long time since I was a kid, but mostly just for me and my pals, like our amusement, my own and my friends' amusement. I've released just a couple of games. One was for a competition, and another one was this small horror project that I've released. And this is going to be my first serious game. Yes, I've been developing it alone, but from my friends, I've had help in playtesting and voice acting and proofreading and stuff like this.
Very great idea. You should
Yeah,
publish it in also in itch.io
yeah,
because I
yeah.
never.
I was thinking to put it there as well. Yeah,
Yes, hurry up it was in itch.io because itch.io there are no fee submission. You can publish
yeah,
it fee.
yeah. That's true. That's true. It's
Yeah.
free. I was thinking that's one of the first places I discovered this indie game community was itch.io. And
Mm,
I fell in love with that. I thought that's definitely where I'm gonna release my game. I didn't think about Steam even back then because of the submission fee and everything. But yeah, I've come to the decision that I'll throw it in there as well.
Okay, your project remember my game in first in several years ago because
Yeah, yeah, and this is basically, if I tell shortly, I have like this problem that I think many game developers suffer, um, is that I keep getting just ideas for new games like all the time. But this is like one of the first times that I actually like I got a hold of myself and told like now it's about time to finish something again. And now it's gonna be the Finnish War, and I told myself like I'm not gonna like lay off this project any longer. Like now it's about time to put something out there again. It's been like I told, I've released 2 projects in all these years that I've been developing games since I was a kid, and the last one was like 8 years ago, that horror game, and it's about time to put something new out there. I feel.
okay, very interesting project. Finnish War, I read in the Wikipedia about this. The Finnish War is a part of Napoleonic War.
Yeah, it was sort of a minor theater of the Napoleonic Wars. Well, thing is, Napoleon was sort of the reason why the war happened in the first place, because they made this treaty with Russia, and so Russia started pressurizing Sweden, and Finland back then was part of Sweden, the Swedish Kingdom of Sweden. And so they obviously got dragged into the war as well when it escalated into this war with Russia. So basically, it all started from Napoleon.
Okay, I see, I see. Because I read your, they see your picture of your books. It's very interesting, but it is in Finnish. I cannot read.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's true. I'm a really bad reader. I don't read too much, but this was one time I got some really interesting books, and from my spouse I got some really interesting history books. I love history, so I was reading those, and I was actually finding some really good stuff there. That stuff that you don't just find if you go to like Wikipedia or you Google something. So those I read a few books, and they really helped me gather some info for the game.
I see, I see, I see. Very interesting project because I read my historical games based because not only just I like the history, but also I am student history at the time.
Oh yeah, okay, that's great. Yeah, and I've been
Great.
checking. You've released a couple projects at least
Yes, yes,
about Southeast Asia, which is
yes.
yeah, very unfamiliar topic for me as well. I think what I know about Southeast Asia and its history comes mostly from like games like Age of Empires, where they released this DLC that we played with my friends, and there's always those campaigns, and I played them, and I got interested in like a Southeast Asian history as well. I saw your games there, and I thought, oh, like I actually know some of this stuff now.
I thank you, thank you. So how long the project is?
The project, how long?
Yes, how long the project length from 2 years ago? I think you developed one.
Actually, yeah. From 2 years ago, I started like doing it more seriously, like developing it once again with newfound vigor. But I started the project back in like wow, 4 years ago, I think. So it's been there for like 4 years, and for the first 2 years or so, I was developing it kind of like on-off seasons, like a little bit here, a little bit there. But now that COVID came and I was laid off back like almost 2 years ago, I thought like, wow, now I had some time, like I had some few months there, and I thought, now if ever I'm gonna like doing this game seriously. Otherwise, who knows whenever will I even finish it. So yeah, for the past couple of years, I've been making it more seriously, but it's been there for 4 years at least. And me being the solo developer, there's been a lot to work because I've made my own graphics and my own sounds. I had to find make my own sounds, have to find ways to do them, and obviously there's some royalty-free stuff there too to help. But most of the everything I've done alone, and musics as well.
I see. You use GameMaker engine, right?
Say again.
You use engine GameMaker.
Oh
I
yeah.
see.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I do. I use a GameMaker Studio, and I've been using GameMaker. That's been my like definitive game development software that I've used since I was like since I was a kid, really, for the past, I think, wow, 16 years. I've been using GameMaker from ever since it was in its early stages, and to this day it hasn't failed me. So I've sticked with that.
Very interesting because I also first engine in my game is GameMaker.
Yeah,
From now until now I
yeah,
use GameMaker. Very
yeah,
easy.
that's true. I remember. Yeah, I remember now because I saw your like when I was seeing your games in Twitter, and I saw your hashtags, and I recognized you put GameMaker
Yeah.
in there. Like, yeah, you're a GameMaker user as well. It's yeah,
Yeah.
it's very easy. My problem, I guess, is that I've always been very slow with upgrading it. So when GameMaker 2 or GameMaker Studio originally came out, I was so slow to upgrade to those. I was just thinking, I'll finish this game on this
Mhm.
old version. Like it's still good. It's still good. And there was like a couple versions higher out already. And I'm like, yeah, I'll finish it with this old one. And so I'm really
Yeah.
slow upgrading.
Yeah. I use the GameMaker 1.4 since
Yeah.
since since 5 years ago until now.
Oh
I
yeah.
still use it.
Yeah, me too. Me too. And especially because I'm afraid that if I upgrade from 1.4 to the newest one to 2,
Mm.
Studio 2, I'm afraid
Mm.
that there's going to be a ton of obsolete functions, like this doesn't work, that doesn't work. You have to learn new functions again, like, okay, so this is how you did this thing in 1.4, but that doesn't
Mm.
work anymore. So how am I going to do it now in 2? There's always like some stuff you can't do anymore, new stuff that you have to learn. It's a big step, I always felt. So I was always a bit slow to adapt.
I see, I see. I consulted my friend. They mostly use the game maker from the Android games in
Oh yeah,
Indonesia. Most.
yeah, that's really interesting. I've been thinking about that too. One day maybe I could make
Mm.
games for Android as well. That would be a new endeavor. But now with the Finnish War releasing very soon, I'm really
Mm.
excited about that. And then I have another project about Finnish history as well. It's sort of like a pseudo historical game that I've been also making for a few years. But then I already started that before the Finnish War. But then I started the Finnish War, and that project sort of like buried under it. So I'm gonna finish that one next. And after that, who knows? After this year, 2022, I might even try the Android ones. It's really interesting.
Oh, yes, yes, I see. There's a lot of Finnish developers at there making the historical games.
Come again?
In Finland, there are a
Yeah,
lot of
yeah.
developers make historical games
Well,
or not?
I think the I think that scene is still pretty small here. I've
Oh,
been trying to find many online, but with not that much success. I think in Finland it's still a pretty small community and scene. And also, I think Finland came pretty slowly into game industry overall. Nowadays, obviously, Finland is known for like Angry Birds and Clash of Clans and stuff like that came from Finland. But I think Finland overall was very slow, coming to video game industry. And I think the indie game
mm,
community, it's there. Like we have that here as well, but sometimes it's really hard to find. So I don't think it's that. Obviously, we're a small country, but I think it's a pretty small scene here.
I see, I see. So you will release it in several months from now. I see. I
Yeah,
see.
yeah, it's only a few weeks away now. There's some voice acting thing to do still, a bit of maybe graphical update, and obviously playtesting. Lots and lots of playtesting. Find the
Okay,
last
okay,
bugs.
okay. Yes, I see. See. So your project basically is your is small project or big project?
Well, it's grown bigger than what I thought. Originally, I didn't even plan campaigns for the Finnish War. I planned only it would be like this sort of a skirmish mode, like you could just play 1v1 battles as stuff like this, but and with split screen multiplayer, which is in the game. Like I always found split screen, like 2-player split screen, such a fun way to play with a friend that I added it in the Finnish War. But then I thought, like when I read the books I mentioned earlier, and I thought, well, the Finnish War was actually a really interesting event, and there's so much potential there and so many interesting characters. So what the hell, why don't I like make a story as well? And then I made the campaigns, the game grew, and then I wanted to then I started animating. I wanted to make cutscenes. I wanted to try voice acting. So then I got a few of my friends to voice act with me. There's 6 of us that did voice acting for the game, and then it kind of grew. And I thought, like, wow, I'm still developing this game alone. So is it too much? But I don't think it was. I mean, now I'm few weeks away from releasing it. So here we are. So we got here.
Oh, okay, okay. You are still in college, right?
Yeah, I'm studying at the moment. I don't study at all video game. I studied media before, and I studied culture.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I studied as a cultural producer, and I was
Culture.
always interested in media and
Okay.
these type of endeavors that for example, like voice acting and green screen, that I studied the use of green screen, and I was always thinking, how could I make like that type of live action animation into my games one day? That would be really cool. So maybe I'll try that one day. Things like this I picked from school, but I never studied gaming.
I see. It's the same for me. I
Yeah.
study in from internet.
Oh yeah. Yeah, cool. And you always pick something from like your like studies or work. I think there's always something that you pick that can help you in your
Yes.
hobbies. So game making.
Okay. I you mostly use book, not consulting with the expert.
Come again?
Is with uh you mostly use the book, not consulting with the expert like
Oh
historian.
yeah, yeah. Mostly I've worked by myself. So I've used books. Yeah, literary sources, multiple of those granted. But yeah, that was actually a idea that I entertained in the back of my head for a long time. It would be fun to consult an expert when I realized that my game is growing, and it's gonna be the Finnish War is gonna be a bigger project than I ever imagined. So I thought it would be really cool to consult some expert. But no, it never went to that. But I still think to this day I want to maybe try to get some help from maybe like a historical expert for my future games. It would be really
Yes,
cool.
yes, you can try that. Okay. Yes. I think that's it for now. I don't have any question again, so we
Okay.
can finish this moment. I have to record this meeting. So can we have a photo session, Miss
Yeah.
Arasha?
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Sure thing.
Okay. Hello. Okay.
There we
Okay.
go. Hi.
Hi. 1, 2, 3. Okay, what more? 1, 2, and 3. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a ton. It
Thank
was
you. Thank
super
you.
fun.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I hope to see more of your games as well. And thanks a
Yes,
lot
thank
for
you.
here with
Thank
me.
you. Thank you. Okay.
Okay,
Okay. Okay.
bye bye.
Thank you. Goodbye.